Hello everyone. In taxation, we are learning income from house property. Okay, so today we will see some different kind of sum from the last sum. Okay, sum number 16. So let's go through the details. Given below are the particulars of house property owned by Sri Rajubai. Okay, here particulars: house Lab, house Shubh, and house Amrit. Municipal valuation 80,000, 75,000, 30,000. Annual fair rent 90,000, 1 lakh 36,000. Standard rent not given for Lab 1 lakh 10,000 for Shubh and dash matlab nil for Amrit. Municipal taxes, here it is also given unpaid, means there is no use to see it. Okay, it will not be calculated. Payment for tenant amenities 3,000. Repairs on any another things or any another particulars which is not given in the statement, that will not be considered. So repairs will not also be considered. Insurance premium paid, that is also there is no entry of any insurance premium in our statement. Interest on loan taken for construction 50,000, 30,000, 10,000. 1/5 part of total interest of construction period means capitalized interest nil 15,000, 5,150 rupees. Year of completion, year of completion is very important: 2017-18, 2014-15, and 2015-16. It is important for capitalized interest. Actually, we have to see that. Okay, before that means 2014-15, and right now our previous year is 2018-19. So we have to see that, okay, 5 years, 2014-15 the construction has been completed, 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19, and 2019-20, means this is the 5th year. So that this 15,000 will be considered this year. Before 2014-15 any capitalized interest is given, we will not consider it. Okay, so here 2015-16, so what of this it will be calculated. Use of house: self-occupied, let out for residence, and self-occupied. Here is also there are two self-occupied house. So again we have to go through the same procedure. Okay, but let's see the other details also. Here in this some other details are given. So let's go through it. House Shubh consisting of two separate units, means there are two separate units in the house, and the area is in the ratio of 3:2. It is very important because there is two separate units, there are two separate units, and the proportion is given 3:2. So we have to bifurcate this all details into 3:2. Okay, we have to calculate it with the 3:2. Has been laid out for two tenants, means there are two tenants. Monthly rent of unit 1 is 4,500 rupees and unit 2 is 3,000 rupees. Rent of unit 2 inclusive charges for tenant amenities, means the tenant amenities is given 3,000 rupees. It is of unit 2. Okay, not unit 1. There will be two portion of Shubh house, unit 1 and unit 2. So tenant facility will only come in the unit 2. Now the second information is the tenant who is in the possession of unit 1 had vacated the house in 31st January 2019 without making payment of last 2 months rent. This unit is remained vacant up to 31st March 2019. Means he has not given the rent for 2 months. So that 2 months rent will be treated as unrealized rent. Okay, for unit 1. Then the vacancy period. See, this is the 31st January. Okay, so February and March, there are 2 months. The unit 1 is vacant for 2 months. So the vacancy period will be 2 months. Why 2 months? Because 31st January, this house is vacated. Okay, so February and March, there are 2 months. The tenant who was in the possession of unit 2 had also vacated the house on 1st March 2019. So the 1st March 2019, that unit 2 has been also vacated, and this unit remained vacant up to 31st March. So it is vacated for 1 month. So unit 1 is for 2 months and unit 2 is for 1 month vacated. Okay, so let's start the calculation. Here also the same thing is given. Two houses given for self-occupied. So we will calculate step 1 for both, and whichever has higher value, that house will be treated as self-occupied and the other one will be treated as deemed to be let out house. So unit 1, step number 1, house lab and house Amrut. First step number 1, quick remind, which is step number 1. First, that will be municipal rent. So municipal rent is 80,000 for Shub, 80,000 for lab and 30,000 for Amrut. Then second is fair rent. Okay, so fair rent is 90,000 and 36,000. Now tell me, 80,000 is more value or 90,000? Of course, 90,000. And here 36,000 is more than 30,000. So this value is 90,000 and 36,000. Again, there is no standard rent given. So the 90,000 and 36,000 is our valuation of step 1. Now we can easily see that 90,000, sorry, my drawing is not that much good, so you have to take it. 90,000 is more than 36,000. So this is self-occupied. Okay, and this is deemed to be let out. Okay, so now we will make income from house property statement. This is the information written. Lab house value is higher than Amrit house. So lab house will be treated as self-occupied house and house Amrit will be treated as deemed to be let out house. See, if you make the calculation properly and you make the citation properly, then that sum will be look good. And even for your conveniency also, this writing is very necessary for calculating the sum. Okay, so now let's make the statement. So particulars: house soup, house lab, house shuk, and house Amrit. This is self-occupied, so straight away we will write down nil, NAV. This house is let out, but we have bifurcated it with 2 units. Okay, unit number 1 and unit number 2, and this is deemed to be let out. So step number 1, municipal rent. See here, municipal rent, here all the details which is given in the column of house show, we have to make it or calculate it in the proportion of 3 jam 2. Okay, so 3 jam 2 we have to make it. So here 75,000 is given municipal rent. So we will do 75,000 into 3 by 5, because 3 jam 2 is equal to 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. So here it is 3 by 5 portion, and here it is 2 by 5 portion. Okay, so here 75,000 into 3 by 5, 45,000, and 75,000 into 2 by 5 is 30,000. Okay, for house Amrit it is given 30,000. Fair rent. So fair rent is 1 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh into 3 by 5, 60,000. 1 lakh into 2 by 5, 40,000. And here for Amrit it is given 36,000. So now 45,000 and 60, among 45,000 and 60,000, 60,000 is more value, higher value. Between 30,000 and 40,000, 40,000 is higher value. And between 30 and 36,000, 36,000 is higher value. Okay. Now standard rent is given 1 lakh 10,000. So 1 lakh 10,000 into 3 by 5 is equal to 66,000. 1 lakh 10,000 into 2 by 5 is equal to 44,000. So 60,000 is less than 66,000. So our valuation will be 60,000. 40,000 is less than 44,000. So our value will be 40,000. Here there is no standard rent. So 36,000 will remain same. Now step 2. Here in step 2 we have given the rent for separate units. Okay, so 4,500 is given for the unit 1. So we will do actual rent receivable. We will do 4,500 into 12. So 54,000. And here it is given 3,000. So 3,000 into 12, so 36,000. Now unrealized rent. The tenant has not paid of unit 1. Tenant has not paid rent for 2 months. So here we have already the rent for 1 month, right? Monthly rent 4,500. So if we multiply 4,500 into 2, our answer will be 9,000. So it is your unit 1. So in unit 2 there will be dash. Tenant facility is included in the let out house only. So 3,000 will be minus in the let out house, unit 2 only. Okay, there is no tenant facility in unit 1, so it will be dash. There is no any calculation of step 2 for deemed to be let out house. So now 54,000 minus 9,000 is equal to 45,000. 36,000 minus 3,000 is equal to 33,000. Okay, so our step 2 will be 45,000 and 33,000. Now our step 3, step 1 and step 2, between step 1 and step 2, which is higher. So 60,000 is higher than 45,000. Okay, so our valuation for step 3 will be 60,000. Here 40,000 is higher than 33,000, so our value will be 40,000. Here 36,000 will remain same. Now step 4. For step 4, we will first write down 60,000 step 3. The step 3 amounts, so 60,000, 40,000 and 36,000. Now there is vacancy period. Here there is a vacancy period of 2 months and here there is a vacancy period of 1 month. So here it is straight away 9,000 will be there, 4,500 into 2. Now for here we will consider 33,000. Why? Because we will not calculate tenant facility for the vacancy period. So 33,000 by 12. It will be 2,750. Okay, so we will minus 9,000 from 60,000, 51,000, 2,750 by 40,000, 3,750 and 36,000. Municipal taxes are unpaid, so it will not be calculated. So our answer will be, and for net annual value, 51,000, 37,250 and 36,000. Clear? So let's move further. Now we will move for the specific deduction. We have again written nil 51,000, 37,250 and 36,000. Now specific deduction number 1, standard deduction 30% of NAV. 30% of nil, there will be dash only. 30% of 51,000, it is 51,300 rupees. 30% of 37,250, 11,175, 30% of 36,000, 10,800. Now interest on loan is given. So for self-occupied 50,000, maximum limit is 2 lakh. So 50,000 is allowed. Then here also interest of loan is given 30,000. So we will again do the proportion 30,000 into 3 by 5. So it will be 18,000, and 30,000 into 2 by 5, it will be 12,000. Okay. So 18,000 and 12,000. For Amrit, it is 10,000. Now capitalized interest is given. So again, there will be proportion for 3 by 5 and 2 by 5 in the capitalized interest. The capitalized interest is given 15,000. So we will do 15,000 into 3 by 5, 9,000. 15,000 into 2 by 5, 6,000. And for Amrit, it is 5,150. Okay, so our total deduction will be 50,000 for lab. Unit 1, 42,300. 15,300 plus 18,000 plus 9,000, so 42,300 rupees. Total 11,175 plus 12,000 plus 6,000 is equal to 29,175. 10,800 plus 10,000 plus 5,150 is equal to 25,950. Now we will minus from 0 minus 50,000, so minus 50,000. 51,000 minus 42,300 is equal to 8,700. 37,250 minus 29,175, the answer will be 8,075 rupees. 36,000 minus 25,950 is equal to 10,050 rupees. Now again the sum has not over yet. So let's total it. Minus 50,000 plus 8,700 plus 8,075 rupees plus 10,050 is equal to 23,175. But it is also minus. Always remember the house which is self-occupied, that taxable income can be 0 or can be minus. Okay. If their loan interest on loan is given, there will be minus, and if the interest on loan will not given, then it will be 0. Okay, so I hope you understood how to bifurcate into two units, how to divide one house into two units, and how to calculate it. We have to first divide the two units of any single house, and we have to divide each and every expenses or each and every incomes in the proportion which is given for the two units, two separate units, and then we have to do the calculation. Okay, so I hope you understood this point. This is very important sum for your examination, for your university examination. So please practice it more than 2-3 times, and even you can practice it with similar sums and the examples as well. And if you find any difficulty, if you don't understand any point, you can ask me. Thank you.